All right, so we made it into Wisconsin. Got a little bit cooler temperatures.
Just slightly.
Yeah, we're gonna try to channel some fall energy. So tonight we've got a pork and beef chili. It's one we've made for a while, and it's really good, really simple. It does have, a fair bit of ingredients and spices, but with a little bit of prep, it goes easy, and it just, basically spend a couple minutes getting it ready, and then it just sits for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and turns into something great. And the best part is too, after it's done, we got leftovers, and then you get to play with the leftover chili, and that's always fun too.
How many onions did the recipe call for?
2 medium.
Well, these are like, I don't know. So what do you think?
They had big onions at the store.
I don't think they grow these in Wisconsin.
So
I don't know where they came from.
We can get away with probably
Maybe 1.5?
1.5.
Yeah, these are massive.
At least.
Okay. Trying not to cut it blind because my eyes are closed from the...
Yeah, these onions, they're sweet onions, but they are pretty pungent. We had to open the vent because it was getting a little rough in here.
This is when I'm most likely to cut myself because I'm like in the middle of it and then I like close my eyes.
Yeah, so we
don't do that.
We
right?
definitely split up the cooking tasks, and we'll each do any part of whatever's going on. The onions definitely seem to bother Francis's eyes more than mine.
But my knife skills are better with them. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying what you're doing this time.
No.
So 4 cloves of garlic.
Which means we should double it, right?
I mean, if you get some small cloves, it's okay to...
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, it's okay to go bigger.
Still trying to like
onions still got you beat up.
Onions.
And also, like, you end up with this where it's like there's not much garlic left.
So
Just
you
use
might
it.
as well use the whole thing.
Yeah. Smash some. Oops. We'll get that one back. Like the taste of the garlic, don't necessarily want just like a big chunk of it if you aren't expecting it. Sometimes maybe.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Sometimes maybe. Not in this recipe. Bring back the black garlic.
Oh, that black garlic. Yeah, if you guys didn't catch some of the recipes that we posted on Instagram, we did a series using black garlic, which we had tried once when we were in Vegas, right? It came alongside a steak.
It's candy.
Yeah, it tastes like candy. And so then we found it at a grocery store, very surprisingly. I had never seen it before. And so we figured we'd try a couple recipes with it. And it's so sweet.
Yeah, it's
not pungent.
It's not
or spicy.
No.
Like
It is,
garlic.
and it spreads like butter.
Yeah, picture roasting garlic and how you can spread it on bread.
Yeah, it's that consistency. But I mean, it is. It's not the cheapest thing. So I mean, like when we were buying it, I think it was like $7 or $8 for 2 heads.
Yeah.
You can make it yourself. It is not hard to make. It's just a little time consuming. It's like I think what people were saying, like take a bunch of garlic heads, throw it in a crock pot, put it on warm, not even on low, just warm, for like 35 to 45 days. So
we don't really have a way to do that.
Yeah, we don't like.
I can't have the crock pot out that long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we couldn't afford to tie up the space for that long. Let alone we usually aren't someplace for that long. So we buy it if you see it.
We buy it. But yeah, so it's really good. But like, yeah, the flavor profile is just so different. It's almost. I kept comparing it to like balsamic vinegar.
Yeah,
how it just has that really
that,
sweet.
That type of flavor too.
Flavor.
It's good.
So anyway, really good. Somebody's just patiently waiting for us to finish cooking. All right, what's up next?
Bacon.
Bacon.
Love bacon. Hate cutting it though. It's just one of those things. It's kind of a pain.
It should definitely be its own food group.
Oh yeah, I mean it's amazing, and I'll put up with how much of a pain it is to cut it in order to eat it. So 6 slices of thick cut applewood smoked bacon.
It smells really good.
It does smell really good.
And since he managed to find a 22-ounce family pack,
We'll have leftovers for other stuff.
Yeah, like hamburgers.
Yeah.
And definitely burgers and bacon. And probably BLTs. There's always something you can do with bacon.
So this is chili powder. It calls for 3 tablespoons. Teaspoons fit better. I just do it to myself. So 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon. It's 3 to 3, 9. So we got 3 in.
So do you remember your math now?
That's why I stopped before 4, 5, and 9.
We've somehow managed to clean out our entire spice cabinet making this recipe because we actually had to go buy extra cumin,
chili powder, and smoked.
Everything. This recipe, you'll find it uses a fair amount of these spices.
But it's good.
It's so good. But yeah, we've just used up the last of some of these.
Foiled.
You tried?
I did.
Yeah. So what brand is that? Because that one
doesn't
work.
We're not doing this one again.
So this is
chipotle chili powder.
And how much?
1 tablespoon.
Okay. So much for trying to save yourself.
Yeah, but I'm still not grabbing the tablespoon.
No, because why would you do that now?
Because then I have to clean it.
Oh my god, it's not that hard.
No, because I clean more than you do. 1 tablespoon, you said?
Yeah. 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika.
Smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika. Smoked paprika does have a nice...
It's not hard to find.
It's not, no. And it does... whatever.
No, but it does have an extra little,
little kick to it.
Flavor.
Yeah.
And then last is the... Oh, we didn't use all of it. Okay.
We used all of it.
We used all of it, and this is why we had to buy...
New.
All new. Last little bit.
Last bit.
And then 1 tablespoon of the dried oregano.
1 teaspoon.
Oh, shit, that's right.
2 teaspoons dried oregano. So now I actually get to use this thing for what it is.
The purpose it was intended for?
Yes. 1.
All right.
And 2.
So there's our spices prepped. Bacon is cut. The other meats are already ground. And then our pile of vegetables.
Yeah, so the nice part is, once you get it all prepped, everything just kind of goes in stages. We'll cook the bacon first, throw in all the vegetables and the spices, let that go for a while, and we'll get the meat in there. So, one nice thing, and we picked these up before we hit the road, are these magma cooking pots. It's a 7-piece set that all nest together. So, takes up...
Jeez.
That was loud. Takes up, not a lot of space, which is handy in an RV.
And they work with induction cooktops
on the
too,
induction
which
cooktop.
we didn't plan. That just happened to be like that.
Yeah.
So the chili recipe, barely fits in this pan, right?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
You're gonna see as we get this thing layered. The first time we made the recipe, we were actually unsure.
Yeah, we didn't know how it was gonna turn out the first time. Now we just know we can't add anything extra. So the bacon's about where we want it before we add the vegetables. One little tip is get the bacon where you want it, crispy wise, maybe even a little more, because once you add the vegetables, it's not going to crisp up anymore. It'll actually maybe lose a little bit of that crispiness because of moisture. So get it where you want it first, and then everything in. And if you really wanted to, you could even pull the bacon out and add it back in later if you really want to keep it super crispy, but that might be a little much. We don't do that here.
It is
this gets fragrant.
aromatic.
Yes.
So also some salt. How much salt?
Just enough, and then we'll test it later. Yeah, so salt, pepper, plus all the vegetables we prepped, and all the spices. Because then the next part will be let this cook down for a little bit, and then we'll start to get the beans in there and the tomatoes, and give it a little drink, and it'll be good to go.
Big onion pieces.
Who was talking about knife skills with the onions? Here's some big chunky pieces.
Hang on, I got another one for you.
All those spices working. And don't worry about any of that brown stuff on the bottom. Once we get the tomatoes in there, that'll come right up and season everything.
This recipe uses both kidney beans and black beans. So we just need to get them drained and washed before they get added. I'm just gonna drain them all and wash them all together.
Yeah, because they get added at the same time.
Yeah.
Another nice little tip that we do, if you can find stuff with like a reduced sodium, whether it's like the beans or chicken stock or beef stock or whatever, find the reduced sodium, because they usually pack a ton in there if not, and then you just season it yourself. Add your own salt.
Yeah, you're still going to add salt to the recipe, but you can at least control,
the flavor of it, how much
gets added. And then your dish doesn't end up being too salty. I wash these till like the water runs pretty clear.
Yeah.
And then this will give them a little bit of time to
drain
before we add them back.
All right, so everything's been cooking down, melding together. It's time to start with the meat. So we've got 1 pound of ground beef. We're gonna get it mixed in, let it start to brown up. And then once it's on its way to being cooked, we'll get the pork in there as well. All right, so beef's starting to brown now. Your mileage may vary depending on what fat content you like to use. You can go super lean. We go a little heavier here. 80-20 is typically the rule. If I can find 70-30 for a burger, I'll use it. But I think this was 80-20. And already with just that little bit of fat content in there, bottom of the pan, already clean. All the little burnt on goodness off and into the chili. All right, pork is in. We'll get it cooked up.
I think that's the other reason why you don't have to do a super high fat meat, ground beef.
Yeah.
Right, for this recipe is because you recognize you have the bacon and the pork.
Yeah, fat on fat on fat.
It's redundant.
It's tasty. It's building flavors and complexity.
So this recipe uses both crushed tomatoes, which of course we bought San Marzano because it was available, and then diced, which the only reason for just the 2 different types is just so you get different textures in there. But these we are not going to drain, just because this is the only moisture that gets added back into the chili. So this chili is a super hearty, thick type of chili. It's not very watery, because what you'll find is after this it cooks for a long time, so it actually gets rid of a lot of the moisture that gets added to it. But don't drain these cans. Oh, and it adds your beer.
Which we'll say it when we get there. It's 1 cup of beer, not 1 can of beer.
Not 1 can of beer.
I made that mistake the first time I made this recipe.
Yes.
we're adding the beans and the beer. Get that stirred in, and then we'll add the tomatoes, and then it sits and gets amazing.
You can see how it's like.
Yeah, so this is where it starts to get a little dicey in our kitchen, and at these last couple steps, because the pot fills up. There it goes.
Stock pots.
Yeah, we
home.
used to have some really big pots and pans at our house.
Like, we wouldn't even have a place to store that now. Oh my gosh.
Yes, this is where the stirring. Oh, and she's not a gentle stirrer. This will be good. This will be good. It takes patience.
I'm not a patient person.
Yes, it takes patience, which is not her strong suit. Let's see what happens. So the nice part is with this one too, all the prep makes it, just kind of flow real easy. You don't have to prep as much beforehand. You can just kind of get started and prep as and then prep the next step as you go. That's what we used to do a lot at, our sticks and bricks. We don't have the space here, to try to be cooking and cutting and prepping and having to clean stuff up. We just run out of counter space. We run out of utensils. So this works for us now.
Well, now we can just.
Now we
once
can
this is done,
hang
we
out.
can just sit and hang out.
Yeah.
For like 2 hours.
Yeah, it calls for an hour and a half, but honestly, you can let it go longer. It will not hurt the flavor. It'll only help it.
The first time he made me this recipe, I was so excited because it was like our first time having chili that fall, and then I was so disappointed.
She forgot it has to sit.
I forgot it has to sit for like an hour and a half. It is painful, absolutely painful to sit in this trailer.
Yeah, it's 212 and a half square feet, so the smells permeate, so you can't really get away from the smell. You know it's there.
I'm sure you could eat it sooner, but like you want it to melt. But oh my gosh, to just sit and like smell it and not be able to eat it.
The other thing is, it is 6 o'clock. It's got to sit for an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's like an 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock mealtime. That's like a mildly acceptable time. We normally eat late. So, hour and a half-ish later, we've got some chili. Let's give it a taste.
How was it?
It's good. Needs a little bit of salt. And I think we're golden.
All right, so obviously, we're gonna top it with some sour cream and cheddar cheese from Wisconsin, but we also are gonna do some chopped green onions and some lime on top of this one. So we're just gonna get it all chopped up so that we can eat, because I'm starving. Look at this dog.
Yeah, he's hungry. Always.
It's like his mama. This is a good line. You did good.
They look pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's like, sometimes they don't cut or squeeze good. You guys are circling like sharks. All right. What do you think? Just one for tonight?
Yeah, we don't need a lot.
I like the white parts too.
I do not.
I know you don't, so I won't mix it all together.
It's fine. I can pick it out.
I mean, the green's prettier, but the white's got just as much flavor. There's no reason not to use it.
I don't enjoy it as much.
We're gonna need another one. I like a lot of it. I think onions taste amazing in all, like, every type of onion.
All capacities.
All capacities, including green onions.
Brett wants to taste and see for himself.
Yes.
Onions are apparently bad for dogs.
That's the one thing we don't give them.
Or chocolate.
You're welcome. Or chocolate. All right, we're ready.
Time to eat.
Time to eat. And it's not, what time is it? It's not even that late.
No, it's like almost 8.
Oh, that's early.
Yeah, it's early
That's
for us.
early for us. So, anyway. So, chili, soup, these little, like, I don't know, bowl holder things. It's just...
They're like koozies.
It's like koozies for your hot soup. So, it just makes it super easy to hold. So... as long as you don't drip stuff all over them.
Yeah.
See? Already happened.
Go figure.
All right.
Get some Wisconsin cheddar.
Clearly.
And we're here. We can probably do a little bit more than that. It's a big bowl.
This is your bowl, right? Because
Yeah, this is
clearly
mine.
it's going to have an excessive amount of cheese on it.
And sour cream. Because yes.
You better use some of the limes that I... Oh, geez.
Alright, finally, some sour cream, maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe. There, there we go.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
yeah,
that
that's-
sounds horrible.
That's the stuff right there.
Ah. This is where the garnish comes in handy.
Yeah, cover up some of what I just did. There we go.
And
Tuck this on the side so I can. Oh, there we go.
squeeze of lime.
Squeeze of lime. I don't need the lime in there with it. Do I get to eat now?
You get to eat now.
Okay. I'll mix it all up.
That's the best part of eating chili, right?
Yeah, get it all mixed up good. What? Mine usually ends up a lighter color than yours.
Yeah. It's all that extra sour cream.
And cheese.
And cheese.
And it's good.
It's good.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try. Yeah, my sour
Yeah,
cream
seriously.
ratio to yours is very different.
Whatever.
And then I actually don't like to mix mine all the way up. Like, I want to get, like, you know, Brett's tearing up his bone over here.
Yeah, this is what we contend with.
Oh, it's really good.
Good?
It's really good.
All right.
Bring on the fall.
And then we got leftovers too.
Yes, you can't forget those.
All right. So, 2 days later, we're ready to do leftovers, like we promised.
And we effectively summoned fall. Like, it actually cooled off. We've
Yeah,
been in
we've had
long
long sleeve-
sleeves.
Still
all day.
shorts, but
Whatever.
yeah, it's cooler enough. So yeah, so leftovers. Not a big leap here. We're doing chili dogs,
They're so good.
but a couple of different things that you can do along the way to really make them special. So we'll get into that and show you how we make our chili dogs. All right, so chili dogs. First thing, we've already got the chili made. Second thing, hot dogs. So lots of, choices there. You probably have your own favorite. We like Nathan's. They taste good. don't have to do this, but I do like to just, you know, make them look a little fancy.
It makes them look so pretty when
Give
they
them a
cook
little
up.
bit of a score. Don't go too deep. If you do, it'll start to like kind of bend around like a weird caterpillar or something on you. All right, so when it comes to cooking a hot dog, this is how we do it. This is how we like it. It's really good. Maybe the best way.
It is the best way.
There might be other ways, but you might be wrong. So basically, simple. Start off with a pan on the stove with just a couple of tablespoons of water. You don't need a lot. And then get that starting to heat up and just drop your hot dogs in it. Give that a little bit of time. It's going to start to heat up and it's going to steam the hot dogs. It's going to get them nice and warm, but it's not going to really add any color to it.
But we're also not boiling them.
Not boiling it. You don't have to deal with any hot dog water. This is going to evaporate. There we go. See, it just looks pretty. And it'll catch some toppings later. Alright, so once the water evaporates, we've got steamed hot dogs. They're warm. They're a little more plump. But we got to add some more flavor.
And color.
And color. And
More
flavor.
importantly, flavor. Fat equals flavor.
Butter. Right in there. Pat of butter. Let that melt up. I like to keep them moving so they, you know, I want them to get color. I don't want them to burn. So just keep them moving in the pan until you get all sides. All right, they're looking good. Now it's time to assemble. All right, assembly time. So all your normal chili ingredients plus buns, and then one secret ingredient that we use, yellow mustard. Sounds simple, but it really just adds a little bit of punch. So we put that in first, right on the bun.
We're using our taco holders.
Yeah, using taco holders to hold the hot dogs. It works.
Because why not? Okay, then what? Sour cream?
Sour cream next.
Chili.
Chili.
Damn, that's hot.
Good.
Be careful.
Cheese. Wisconsin cheddar.
Oh my gosh. There's a cheese place right next door to our campground.
Yeah, they have a lot of cheese.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get more of that.
Yeah, we'll be back. Alright.
So one thing with the buns, or yeah, hot dog buns, you know, you can pick your favorite kind. I think these are just some, you know, nice brioche buns we found. One secret that we've done before that turns out really good.
What is it?
The King's Hawaiian rolls.
Oh my gosh.
They come, the little, you know, the little Hawaiian roll, they come, I think it's like 3x4.
Like the
yeah, the little
rolls.
biscuits, little
Yeah.
rolls. There's like, they're 3x4. Well, that row of 3,
makes a really
it's
great
the
bun.
size of a hot dog.
Yep.
So
Do you want to tell them how you found that out?
we were in, where were we? We were in California somewhere. San Diego.
When I had to improvise.
Oh, we had hot dogs served on them in San Diego.
Yes.
But then yes, we were in
Needles,
California, and they were
during
doing
Super
a
Bowl.
Super Bowl party at the campground we were staying in. And I misread the directions and thought that they were providing all the food. And about
I take, like, if you tell me I need to bring food to something, I take that very seriously. Especially like my appetizers and like party food. My friends can attest to that. Literally, I'm reading the instruction or the like, where
Invitation.
to go, and it says
to bring a dish.
Bring a dish. I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. There's literally not even a grocery store in Needles, California.
No, we had to drive to a different state.
We had to drive to a completely different state to get to one. So,
which was only 20 minutes away.
Luckily,
we had
chili.
We had hot dogs.
We had all this. We had hot dogs.
And we had the Hawaiian rolls because we were going to try it.
So I made chili dog sliders. So picture taking this, chop up the hot dogs, make individual little sliders out of it. They were actually
They were really good.
So here we go. We're all ready.
Yeah, those look good.